Hey everyone, Okane here. I'm back with more charts. I did this video last week called Technical Analysis, 3 different assets. So if we look at the EURUSD, which I talked about, you can see we had this triangle, and I told you that below this line we want to go short, and if this trend line breaks, this is the first target, and then after that we might be even trading towards this target, which is a daily resistance. And if that breaks, we could be looking for going higher. If it doesn't break, then we're not going to continue. So let's see what happened before we move on. So if we move down to the 4-hour time frame now, and I've redrawn the lines, and I told you if we get a break above this level, first target we're going to trade towards is here. And as you can see, the first target was reached. After that, I said after a break, we might be trading all the way up here. And if you look at this huge resistance, you see price tried to reach it. Here on the daily, you can see it actually did reach the daily resistance. Here's the candle's wick. It came all the way up to this resistance. So our 2 targets were actually reached, but this level, this daily resistance was not breached, so we could not actually keep trading up. But nevertheless, the 2 targets did reach. This one did reach, and this one reached all the way up here. So if we move down now to the lower time frame, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you some new targets here. So first of all, one more time, let's look at the daily charts. What we see is that this support became resistance here, so these 2 points connected, and now the 3rd point is still below the trend line. So the bears are still in play here, okay? So unless we get a daily candle closing above, I don't see any continuation of the daily of the bullish trend. But if we move down the time frames, let's move down to the 4-hour time frame. We also see a breakout from this trend line here. If you look at the climb here, higher lows, and then the breakout. So how do we trade this? So once again, we're going to find some patterns. We can do that on the hourly charts. It might be difficult to see, but if you look carefully, we can identify this low, lower low here, and this lower low here. So what's happening is that price is inside a channel here. You could illustrate this as a channel. It's not the perfect looking channel. You can see the peaks are not perfectly aligned, but nevertheless price is in between these 2 lines here, okay? So what's the plan here? For me right now, I could either draw a support line, or I could draw this as a trend line also like this, and wait for a breakout to trade it towards this level. I prefer to make it a support line just in case. So get a complete breakout here, maybe an hourly candle closing, and then trade this towards the lower trend line here. Of course, it's possible that doesn't happen. It's possible that we get a break on the upper level and price continues to the upper trend line instead. So what you can do is to keep both lines, and see price is contained in between here. You got this previous support, right? And you got the current support here. So if this previous support, which is now resistance, gets broken, then we have this target for trading, and if this support gets broken, we have this target for trading. And if we go back to the bigger picture again, to the daily charts, if we draw our trend line in a different way, connecting this top like this, so this point, and then here, and we can see that it's possible that price does indeed come down all the way here and then from their bounces. But nevertheless, we don't have to plan that far ahead. We can use the lines on the lower time frames, like I told you. The hourly charts is pretty good. You have the channel, you have this lower trend line, and you have the upper one, so you can use these for trading. So once again, I draw them for you. And also pay attention to the drops. You can see a large drop followed by a small retracement, this time much flatter than the previous one. Here again you can see another fairly large drop. You can see several candles in a row, just like here. 1, 2, 3, 4 red candles, 1, 2, 3, 4 red candles here, and then the small not so volatile support, which was kind of the case here as well. You see not so volatile and a sudden jump, and then the next breakout. So this is the pattern I'm seeing here. It may or may not repeat. As always, you should manage your risks and trade according to your risk and profit. Whichever direction you will be trading depends on whether the patterns will be repeating or not. Do we get another break and a continuation here, or maybe even price continues inside? If it continues inside here, I'll be not trading it. If we get a breakdown, I'm more confident, because trend right now is going down, then I will be more confident in trading this down if we get a breakout. So that's all that I wanted to show you, and I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment. What do you think it's gonna happen? How did you trade the previous targets that I gave you? Was it useful? Thanks for watching.